Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing splendid. And that's for anybody that wants to come to my channel and bitch about me burping. I gotta get that out of the way in the beginning. And here goes the topic, because I had a bunch to talk about. I made a video earlier, and for the fifth time this week, couldn't upload it. Oh well, we'll see if this works this time. Here's the topic for the day. All of these flat earth channels, uh, you don't know there's a dome. You don't know there is no outer space. If you think there is no outer space, you're murking up the waters. Can I say murking? Is that a word? Murkying. You're clouding the. You don't fucking know. Let's try this. Make a map of where you know. I understand as far as I know, as far as I can tell. My senses tell me the Earth is flat. So let's just get that the fuck out the way. I'm on board with that. The realm where we live, it seems to be as far as we can tell with our senses. But when you make a map of the Earth being flat and it's a circle and there's nothing and there's a dome over it, you're doing the same thing NASA is. Do you not understand that? Do you understand what I'm saying here? Do I need to be more explicit in explaining how that's the same thing? Because NASA is telling you about shit that they don't know about. And it's also coordinated with bullshit. But when you draw a map and say the Earth is a circle with a dome over it and it's just empty around it, well, what the fuck is around it? You don't know, so don't act like it's a dome. You don't even know that Antarctica is what you think it is. You've never been there. I haven't either. I would suppose it seems like the realm is flat, and it probably is. In our area, there seems to be some sort of optic capacity to see to a certain point that it's circular. If I look over here and I spin around 360 degrees, it's not 360, but if I spin in a circle, I'm going to see that distance into the air as far as I can. Your eyes can't see infinitely that way or that way. And you don't know that there's a dome. And these people that say there's no outer space are you're killing it. You're killing the idea. If there's an inner space, there's an outer space. Whatever's in you and what's outside of you. What is so difficult about that? Stop claiming there's a dome because you don't know. It could be, and it also could be some sort of energetic field and not an actual physical thing. And if there is a dome, what is outside of the dome? Why would there be a dome if there isn't something outside of it? You need to have. If it's an enclosed space, that's fine. It could be, but then how could you enclose space if there isn't space outside of the space that we're inside of? Do you see what's happening? Do you see how you're doing the same thing? Because I watch all these channels that just go on and on about. Okay, I get it. We're pretty certain the Earth is this realm beneath our feet. The water's flat. Blah blah blah. We know this. But don't take the next step and say there is no outer space, because people that can get out of body and astral traveling, we must not use that because nobody really knows that. They know better. There is something out there beyond what you think is a dome. It's not a dome. To a degree, it is. Maybe that's the shape like your eyeball, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's that. And there's no outer space. I mean, I guess that's all I really want to say. Because if not, I'm just going to harp on it. Because let me just reiterate this one point. For the people that are explaining the flat Earth and where we live in the realm and why NASA is saying what they're saying and how that all works into like the cosmology of heliocentric versus here we are on this flat realm. You know, like we get that, but to further it, to take that next step and say, oh no, it's a dome. I know it is, and there's no outer space. You're doing the same. You're doing the same thing that NASA does, on probably on purpose, but it's just claiming that you know the unknown. The shit is it's unknowable. I don't know there is a realm outside of this called Hyperborea. I don't know that. It seems like most of the information given by, you know, Hyperborea, Lemuria, and where we are, which probably wouldn't even... you call it Earth because Earth is everywhere. It's what it is. It's Earth. It's soil. But the realms... concentric circles, that seems like how it would be produced. The whole the reality. But don't do the thing where you're like, well, there's a dome there and you can't get outside of it because there's nothing out there. Stop that. Just stop that. Okay, that was my only message for right now. But I do have a bunch of other things that I'm stirring in the pot. I cook with at least 6 burners. You know what I mean? You know, chef in the kitchen, alchemist in the kitchen. We got lots of gas we can fuel us for eternity. But just say the Earth is flat, and we know to a certain point. There you go. The map would probably be more like the maps that we've seen. It's just to where you can get to. There it is. There's the map. So maybe everybody makes a map of their location, and you can piece them together like a puzzle, but you still don't know what is Antarctica. You don't know what's outside of that. So it's not a dome. It's just unknowable land. It's not unknowable. I mean, you could know it. Anyway, so there you go. Have a beautiful day. Do wonderful things. Inspire people if you can, and if you can't, pet a puppy.